I can't stop smiling. I can't stop smiling. I can't stop smiling. I can't stop smiling.
As if my childhood wasn't ruined enough. You guys remember that one specific scene in Gumball where the dad, Richard Watterson, gives Gumball a hug when he's feeling down? He gives him that joy hug. This is basically an analog horror that roots specifically from that scene, except it has been expanded upon to turn into something actually terrifying, something horrifying, something that really does have the potential to ruin one's childhood. And I'm here for it. This analog horror series is called The Joy. Without any context, we basically start off in the school with Gumball and Anais here. They are looking like they've been through some stuff, and actually they have been. See, this is kind of post of the actual outbreak happening, and it'll kind of overview what happens a little bit later on as we progress here. It looks like it's been months they've been living like this, like a zombie apocalypse happened or something like that. Dude, it's only been a couple hours in the day. See, Darwin here wants to go back and find Gumball. Gumball is apparently MIA right now, based off of the events that just previously happened. And, well, he finds him, just not in the way he wanted to find him. What did they do to my boy, man? Gumball is clearly out of it, man. And he has the ability to infect others with this joy virus thing, whatever's happening here. All I know is this is the last we see of Darwin, and Anais is on her own for a while. This is actually terrifying because I don't think they are identified as zombies, but they are clearly being infected. And later on, you'll see there are other ways for them to be kind of brought back up, so I guess they're technically are zombies. It's weird, bro. Just know this is no joking matter once you get infected, and you do not want to be bitten by someone that has this joy stuff. Moving on to the second episode here, we get to see into Anais's little diary. You know, she's like super smart. That's like her whole deal. That's how she's in the same school as Gumball and Darwin anyways. She's an honor student and she's smart. She's like super smart. So the first thing she did was log down pretty much everybody, their ailments, like what's going on, their status, if they're infected and stuff like that. She even jots down the levels of infection that they currently are at, you know. She did unfortunately have to update Darwin's file though. He went from pretty much being fine to not looking so good. So then we cut over to the parents, Nicole and Richard, where Nicole comes home basically and she's wondering where the kids are as it's after school and he doesn't even know where they are. Typically him being an irresponsible parent. Hey, I'm not saying he's a bad dad or anything like that, but I'm saying he needs to pay more attention. Like, bro, how are you also a house husband and you don't even know where your kids are? She worked. What are you doing, Richard? Tighten up, man. But yeah, for a little while, they shrug it off and say, hey, the kids they're probably just out playing. They'll be back soon. Let's not worry about it. So we cut back to the school, and then we have Anais finding... What the heck was her name? Carmen. Her name's Carmen. So Anais finds Carmen, and Carmen's with Alan. She has Alan in a bag for some reason. I guess... I'm not gonna question it. Bro's in a bag. Look at him. He looks depressed. But she finds Carmen, and I guess she sticks with her. Carmen's clearly terrified and has no idea what's going on. But Anais shows her the way she's been surviving thus far, and basically brings her to her little planning room where she can figure out how to go about the situation.
You've been settling here? What does all of this mean?
From my research, it looks like this virus is spreading faster than we ever could imagine.
So we cut back to Nicole and Richard, and it turns out they finally start searching for the kids and can't find them anywhere. And they've been searching for them all day, which leads them back to finally coming to the school to check. Now Richard's a bit reluctant to go inside the school, assuming no one's gonna be there, but Nicole's like, nah, if my kids are in there, I'm going in there. You can stay in the car if you want. I don't care, I'm going. W mom. She's a W mom. She's like, the cops aren't gonna help. They're not gonna do that. I'm taking matters into my own hands. That's what any good parent would do. You don't just sit around hoping someone else figures it out for you. You go do it. Very shortly after entering the school, though, they figure out really quickly that something is up, dude. Something is up.
Let's get out of here before we...
Look out!
Huh?
Nicole, do something! Nicole, stop!
I didn't mean go this far.
She just curse stomped this man. She splattered this man. And that does not look like regular banana. Like, what is that? That looks disgusting. It's probably a mix of blood and guts. Like, what type of biology does the banana dude even have? What's his name, Joe? What type of biology do you have? Why do you have blood? Yeah, they get stormed by like 2 more of these things, and Anais and Carmen come to the rescue pretty much save their lives from being infected by the joy, which they don't want to get.
Anais, what are you doing?
Just hang on tight, okay?
Whatever it is, do it fast.
Anais explains the entire situation to her mom and everything that's been going on, and they have a little moment. But now everyone needs to figure out what we're supposed to do about the situation now that everyone's all together. We also don't necessarily know what's going on with Gumball and Darwin, just that they're kind of MIA, and Gumball is clearly the host of all these infections. Now, this next episode basically outlines what led up to this event with the flashback. It started as something simple. That wonder hug when Gumball wasn't feeling Monday. That wonder hug that like literally distorted time and reality for some reason in the show. This show does that all the time. This like reality warping stuff that happens. So yeah, it did that. And then I guess it led to Gumball being weird in school. It led to him being completely changed and being weird. And then Gumball, he gets kicked out of class. He goes to the principal's office, and I believe they take him to the nurse room to get him checked on. And then, with Principal Brown thinking he's joking around, dude gets bitten, and he's the first one to be infected. From then on, Principal Brown goes to the cafeteria, and he attacks a student too. And then the infection begins. This is like any typical story, any zombie apocalypse, any other kind of like thing that involves someone being infected. It starts with one. It always starts with one, and that next person just goes ham. That's the problem with like mass hysteria kind of stuff, man. No one's gonna know what's going on at first. They're not gonna believe it's really happening. But by the time they realize it is really happening, it's probably already too late. And we witness something truly horrifying that we learn about this infection. From Principal Brown to here. I'll let him show you. Who is that? Is that the principal? It is. What happened to the back of his neck? What in the world? Did he just absorb his joy, or did he give him some? Oh, I think that answers that question. He's back. He's bringing him back to life. Oh my. So for whatever reason, this man has the ability to reboot them, as you would. And this joy, whatever it is, what's happening here, it's literally bringing them back to life, man. They just packed them. How are you just gonna bring them back to life like that? Does this ever end? How do you combat a situation like this? What does one do? Like, if this gets outside of this school, they are royally cooked. Now, the last video currently out in this series right now is basically just an instructional video. I don't know who it's of the perspective of, but we're looking at Anais's diary here, and basically like what led up to the infection, what happens when you start to turn, who was infected first, that kind of stuff. Basically, she just kind of outlines everything that's been going on in her diary. One of the things that confuses me though, as these things typically end on a good note, right? They usually end with everything being okay and turning out all right. In this case, I don't see that happening. I say that because they say you can run, but your best option is to fight using any weapons you have necessary, whether that's a bat or a knife or a gun. Yeah, bro, there's no returning from this. Even if this joy thing is just a psychological kind of deal, there is actual harm being done here. How do you combat this? And then at the very end of this tape, we basically get a feel for what it's like to be infected. When you become infected, what you're thinking, what you're feeling, psychologically, physically, all of that.
Smile. There is no hope. Please help me. I can't stop smiling. 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 I can't stop smiling.
Yeah, that's actually horrifying. Keep this joy stuff away from me. I think I'd rather become a zombie than deal with this. But I feel like based off of what I'm hearing here, it puts you in a zombie-like state of mind. It's like laughing gas, like Joker. Like, you're laughing constantly. In this case, you're smiling constantly. You don't want to be smiling. You're not happy, but your body's forcing you to do so. You're trapped in this state of mind. This joy is creating a mentality for you that makes you feel like you're just stuck. You're not even happy mentally. You know, you're not. But your body's telling you are. I'm not sure if this is a fate worse than death. Nah, this is definitely worse than death. But yeah, I'm not sure if there's going to be more to this series. But if there is, I'm definitely going to keep following it because this is really interesting and I want to see how this ends up closing off. What a terrifying way to ruin one of my favorite childhood shows. You guys are getting really good at doing that. All I gotta say is, if anyone ever offers you a wonder hug, you don't take that. Don't take that hug. Just be sad. Be miserable for the day. You'll be fine. You'll get over it. Friday will come here eventually. Then you're gonna be happy that the weekend's there. You don't need no wonder hug. Don't do that. And if I find out you got a wonder hug, I'm getting the gun. I'm sorry. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys have any other suggestion of any other analog horror or whatever you want me to react to and overview, let me know in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and your boy is out.